Ethan, how is it going, my man? How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm not too bad. How's you?
Yeah, I'm keeping good, keeping good. You're probably wondering what this call's about, lad. So it's essentially just continuing on from the call we had there a couple of minutes ago. Just get a better understanding of where you're at, where you're looking to get to, and just see if I genuinely am able to help you today. How does that sound?
Yeah, man, sounds all good.
Fantastic. So let's just jump straight into it then, lad. What has motivated you to hop on this call with me here today then?
Yeah, man, just seeing like the content of the guys that are actually in ABC. Some of them guys are making serious money every month, man, and like they're working from home on their laptops,
Hmm.
the freedom to travel the world, just doing all that mad shit. Do you know what I mean?
And I'm guessing that's something that you'd want to be doing.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Awesome. So what's sort of stopping you from doing that right now then?
Uh, Probably say my job.
Okay. And that's the job as sort of the auto spark you were telling me about, right? The one you've been doing
Yeah,
for the
man.
last 5 years.
Yeah, man. I think I've actually hit the 5 year mark now, or just sort of over it.
Damn, pretty big, big sort of milestone, isn't it? The 5 year mark.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But like, you've hit the 5 year mark now then. So why are you sort of, thinking about maybe jumping into the online space, trying to get out of it? What's going on, man?
Yeah, man, just done like I finished my apprenticeship there. I've finished it there a
Okay.
year ago. I'm sort of just looking around, man, sort of seeing the sort of way my life's gonna go if I stay at it. Seeing these old boys, man, and their bodies are fucked and the money doesn't get any better. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Right.
fuck that.
So whenever you say you're seeing these older boys then, would that be sort of the reason that's putting you off and staying in that job?
Yeah, definitely, man, because like it's almost like you see yourself in them.
Hmm.
It's like I don't like the look of them, so do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, are you sort of feeling yourself then maybe turning into them slowly as time goes on? Are you starting to maybe experience things that they're experiencing, or sort of what does that look like?
Yeah, man, it's like these old men, they're miserable, their bodies are fucked, and they just complain all the time, man. And the longer you spend with them, the longer you just turn into them. Say, I'm 22 now, man. My body's starting to sort of get there, starting to feel a wee ache in the back every now and again. And
Mhm.
just sort of being around them too, man, it makes you miserable. So you just complain like they do, and it's like, fuck that. Like, need to get away.
All right. So if you're saying that you need to get away, then would you say that you need to get away just because of essentially that miserable feeling that these people bring, as well as the actual physical pain that the job brings? You're saying you're starting to get niggles in your back. Would I be right in saying that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And like Ethan, let's say for example, right, the job wasn't so physical or as miserable. The environment was just better to work in. These people that are older than you didn't look the way they look. Would you still consider staying in the job, or would you still be sort of, looking for other options as to how to get out of it?
Nah, I probably wouldn't stay in if all those things changed, man.
And why is that? What other things are sort of going on then?
Yeah, just it's just not the job I really see myself doing anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Okay.
yeah, being around those people, it's quite physical, but just the actual nature of the work itself, man, it's like it's just not for me anymore.
Hmm. And like whenever you talk about the nature of the work, what is it that you're sort of touching on there?
Just sort of clocking in and out every day, man, working to someone else. The fucking fact it's so physical, and yeah, just sort of those other things I touched on, man, just everything about it, really.
Hmm. So would you say it's quite a repetitive job then in a sense, just doing the same thing every day, seeing the same people?
Yeah, pretty much, man.
All right. And like if you're willing to change that, then get out of this sort of repetitive job. Would you not maybe look for like another job, that's maybe less repetitive, less physical, has maybe better people? Is that not an option?
I mean, it could be, man, but you know, like the electrical works, the pay's not bad. So if I was to
Mhm.
do something different that isn't sort of in the lines of the trades, I'll probably be taking a pay cut.
Okay.
And I want to make more money, not make less. Do you know what I mean? So nah, that's not really an option.
Okay. So lad, if you're saying that you want to get out of this job, right? But there's no other really options out there for you right now.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you could best describe your situation then?
Probably just being stuck, to be honest, man. Just fucking stuck in a shitty old factory. Like I feel like I've been stuck in there the past 5 years.
So stuck, is that really how you're feeling then about all of this?
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Okay. And like, being stuck, how long have you been feeling stuck for then, man? You've been telling me that you've been in this job for the last 5 years, but when did sort of realization that you're stuck come around?
Yeah, I'd say sort of this last year, man. Because yeah, I've sort of felt like I was stuck for the whole apprenticeship too. Because you sort of have to stay with that one place to get it
Mhm.
done. But I was sort of like okay with that because I knew I was going to be a fully qualified man at the end. And when I did get fully qualified, I was like, fuck, yeah, there's not really much else I could do now. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm. So would you say it was more of like a realization that happened at once, in a given moment, or would you say
Yeah.
it's just like a build-up of things over time?
I would say it was maybe a build up for those 4 years, and then once I sort of transitioned into being fully qualified, that's when it sort of clicked with me, if you know what I mean.
Right. Okay. And like from that point, anything, that sense of being stuck, do you feel like that's improved over time, up until now, or do you feel like that sense has got worse?
Nah, probably worse. Not definitely worse. Like,
And like, because you're saying that that sense of being stuck has got worse, but what has that, feeling of being stuck actually made worse? Like in your job.
yeah, just wouldn't say the job has changed from getting that feeling. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just the same shit, different day, but just sort
Mhm.
of, you just sort of take it home way, if you know what I mean. Like, if you're just feeling shit in work, man, and like coming home, so you're just gonna feel shit at home too. Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking. Like you're there 40 hours a week, man. You know, it's like quite a lot of your time. Like if
Yeah.
you're feeling shit there, it's gonna bleed into the other aspects.
Yeah. And whenever you're saying that, you are feeling shit there, and then you're bringing it home and it's taking an impact on another aspect, what other sort of aspects are we talking about? Do you mind sort of breaking that down for me a bit?
Yeah, man, just sort of a mentality towards pretty much everything. Like fucking going to the gym and I have a girlfriend there too. Like so, coming home, I'm just in a bad mood, and then that's like tripping onto her, even though I'm not really
Mhm.
intending it to. Do you know what I mean? It just sort of happens.
Okay. So essentially being stuck then in this job, it's actually causing other problems. It's causing more problems. Like, for example, the sort of relationship with your missus. Is that right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So that, I mean, would it be safe to say then that, being stuck essentially is the key reasons that all these other problems are actually happening?
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, like, you don't have to agree with me. I mean, why do you feel like that's sort of the right answer?
Because like there's not really anything else that's affecting my mood, you know what I mean? Like I go to the gym to sort of boost my mood a wee bit, you know what I mean? And then I have a girlfriend there, you try have a good time with her. Do most of the time, like, but there is those effects sort of coming into play, like so and
Yeah.
that's all just stemming from the job.
Yeah. And if you feel like this has been stemming from the job, then, it's been taking that effect over that last year that we sort of talked about, right? So if that's been the effect over this last year, what do you feel like that effect's going to look like, say, in another year or another 2 years, for example?
I don't really think about it to be honest, man. I just don't really want to think about it. Like it just seems like I says, man, I do not want to be like those older guys. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like if I stay in this position, it's going to get closer and closer to being like them. And fuck that.
Yeah. So essentially, would it be safe to say then that you don't want that for yourself, for the problems to get worse?
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, lad. So like, what do you feel like needs to happen then going forward from today so that we can avoid making that mistake of sticking this job out and letting the problems develop and get worse?
Yeah, man, I definitely need to get out of the job and sort of work towards something that's more fulfilling, that's actually going to take me somewhere in life. Do you know what I mean?
So like whenever you say you need to get out of that job, take action, make a change, man. Why do you feel like you need to do that? I mean, why not just stick it out, say for another year, see where it goes? Maybe life might get better in this job.
Yeah, because I'll just sort of it'll take me to where I want to be. Do you know what I mean? It's like I was saying, I do not want to be like these old guys. So I need to change. I need to fucking put myself on the path that's going to take me where I want to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, absolutely. I get where you're coming from, that you do want to put yourself on that path so that you can avoid essentially seeing these problems getting worse with your own eyes. So that, in terms of changing then, have you sort of only come to this realization now, or when was it that you actually came to the realization that something needs to change?
Probably around that time where I became fully qualified, man, and sort of like looking around at these guys, like I was saying earlier, like, nah, can't be like them. Need to do something.
Yeah. So like in that last year then, from when you have became qualified, have you maybe took any action to essentially make that change that we were talking about?
Nah, not really, if I'm honest, man.